Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we ended up getting some brand new Black Ops 6 intel featuring another new look at multiplayer gameplay through the first official PC trailer alongside the full-on global launch update details, full-on preload times for all platforms, a bit more details than what we talked about just yesterday with some of the early reveals and leaks, and even more. So that said, there is a ton to break down today with the PC trailer specs, preloading info, and more blog and trailer that they've gone through and revealed. As we do deep dive into all of this, quick reminder, if you are new to the channel, every single day I got you covered with news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns, everything going on in COD is right here. And obviously with Black Ops 6 coming up here, there's so much stuff happening between reveals and updates, and obviously launch is going to be huge as well. So if you want to make sure you are in the know every single day, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and join us on the road to 1 million subs. And if you enjoy the video, a like rating would be seriously appreciated as well. But as they say, get ready for the October 25th launch of Black Ops 6 on PC with details on the AMD game integration, preloading times, file sizes, and more. So first things first here, we do actually have a brand new trailer. Unfortunately, I can't play any of the audio just in case there's any copyright music. But with this, we actually get a new look at several different things in game and a bit more gameplay as well across multiplayer, campaign, and zombies. So all the footage is captured on AMD hardware, nothing too crazy or fancy about that. We obviously get some look at some of the campaign stuff and a few more cinematics and different cutscenes here. There's the weird mannequin situation that we saw some teasers of back during some of the earlier reveals. Few more campaign missions, graphics and 4K graphics and ultra wide support's going to be there. AMD FSR 3.1, couple more missions here, so just quick little sneak peeks. You have a full-on grapple in the campaign, which is going to be pretty crazy to mess around with and see how that actually functions. Very curious if that would ever come to like multiplayer or zombies. They do say squad up with crossplay, so quick little reminder for anyone potentially wondering here. Yes, crossplay is going to be a default thing within Black Ops 6. There is on PlayStation the option to disable crossplay. Still not fully sure why that's only an in-game option on PlayStation, but you could still do that. And then on Xbox, you have to go through like your console settings and turn that off if you want to play with no crossplay on Xbox. Then PC, it's a forced thing. So as of right now, they've gone through and had no clarification, no communication on if crossplay is going to be 100% basically forced again this year, or if it will be fully optional, but I'd expect it to be forced by default, considering they've made no announcements, no changes there. We do get a little bit of a look at some new weapons there, a little bit of a sniper preview, AK again, 500 plus customization options. They actually go through and show some of the settings on a monitor in game. That's a neat little like way to do this for the trailer, but get a little sneak peek at some of the settings obviously available on PC. Obviously on day one of Black Ops 6 launching, I'll be going through and giving you guys the best settings you want to be running, so stay tuned for that, of course. But we get a look at some of that on the actual in-game computer, which is kind of funny to have. Again, some more gameplay footage showing off a couple of weapons protected by Ricochet anti-cheat. I also know there's been a little bit of misinformation going around lately in regards to the anti-cheat. Some players saying, hey, they're going to do a new anti-cheat for Black Ops 6. So like the easy anti-cheats coming in for Black Ops 6. No, it's been confirmed a couple of times now through blogs, but again, in the PC launch trailer here, Ricochet is going to be there on day one for Black Ops 6. They said they have some updates planned for Ricochet on day one. They have not gone in depth with those details as of yet. Hopefully that's something they do share, and of course if they do, I'll be covering it here on the channel. But yes, Ricochet will be there on day one. A little more cinematic gameplay, of course, some more campaign cutscenes. They're going to show, obviously, multiplayer as well. Then I assume zombies is up next. Yep, so we see some of that too. So mostly a cinematic cutscene, a little bit of, gameplay previews here and there, and some new looks at some things happening within Black Ops 6. But that, of course, is just the start of some of the reveals here today. So we've got that trailer, but then we also get some feature breakdowns and some other details on the global launch too. So a few things, major features being included with Black Ops 6, AMD Fidelity FX super resolution. So for PC, obviously specifically with this stuff, there's going to be different graphic enhancements you can go through and utilize. Advanced frame generation technologies, Fidelity FX contrast adaptive sharpening, or CAS, is going to be there too. That's a setting a lot of players, myself included, ended up using over the past couple of years. PC preloading, official launch times. So they say PC preloading, but this actually talks a lot about pretty much everything here with the global launch. So with this, if we go ahead and we zoom in a little bit, all platforms for preloading, it's going to be officially available for absolutely everyone, whether you're playing on PS5, PS4, Xbox, PC, doesn't matter, on October 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific. You may recall that yesterday we talked a little bit about some early downloads on Battle.net already. You can preload some elements of multiplayer and campaign. Coming soon on the 20th, there's going to be some elements for PlayStation 4 files available to preload, but for everyone, everything will be fully available to preload on October 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific. And then the launch here is also very important. These times are kind of interesting. So Battle.net and Steam, the global launch is going to be happening at 9 p.m. Pacific time on October 24th, or midnight Eastern, basically there. So if you're on BNet or Steam, there's no way to cheese anything or do anything fancy there. On PlayStation, it's basically going to be like midnight local time, essentially, is how they're doing it, right? So with this, they say the launch is happening on PlayStation between 4 a.m. and 11 p.m. Pacific time on the 24th. This means that on PlayStation, if you were to do the whole New Zealand strat, you could play early, even if you were, in North America or in Europe or wherever, right? And then on Xbox and PC Microsoft Store, it's the same deal, 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific, meaning if you change your region technically on Xbox, or if you do it on the PC Microsoft Store, I think you could probably even do that without a VPN if you just change your region like you can on Xbox console. That technically would also allow you to access it early. So some curious things to be on the lookout for there. They do say, again, clarification, preloading begins for everyone on October 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific. Download the whole package, campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. So even now with some of the early stuff, you can already preload zombies is not included in that. So that'll be coming in the next few days. For Microsoft PC players, the game will roll out regionally on October 24th. The official launch times for everyone is 9 a.m. Pacific on the 24th. Otherwise, then they have their global rollout map as well. So you can see technically on the 25th, the first people to get it are going to be those, on the other side of the world, depending on where you're watching. I mean, most of you are, NA or UK or EU, according to my, YouTube demographic stats. But, in Australia and New Zealand and so on and so forth, it'll become available a lot earlier, whereas the rest of the world, it just rolls out midnight local time, basically there. We also get the PC requirements listed. I know a lot of players have asked about this. So for the minimum specs here, they want you to be on Windows 10 with the latest updates. For CPU, a Ryzen 5 1400 or an Intel Core i5 6600, 8 gigs of RAM, an AMD Radeon RX 470 or a GeForce GTX 960 or Intel Arc A580 for a video card, at least 2 gigs of video memory, and at least an SSD with 102 gigs of space for the minimum requirements. The recommended stuff obviously is increased a little bit, then it goes even higher for some of the competitive and 4K ultra specs, what it wants for that as well. And then they detail that in text form as well if you want it to be a little bit larger than just on the graph. And keep in mind, all of this does require an internet connection. Black Ops 6 is fully online this year. Even for campaign, you have to be connected to the internet for everything you're doing there. Recommended drivers, 56070 for NVIDIA, 24.8.1 for AMD, a bunch of numbers for Intel. You can pause the video if you want to read that in specific there. And then, of course, they want you to pre-order today for all the exclusive Vault Edition bonuses. So some additional new feature details and update details for the global launch of BO6, as well as a bit more gameplay shown off within that trailer. Obviously, every single day right now, it seems like we are getting more and more details revealed and more announcements made for Black Ops 6 launch. We should be seeing more stuff happen for multiplayer, then also zombies in the coming days. So if you want to stay up to date with everything getting announced and revealed, all the new updates and everything like that, this is the place to be. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and if you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be seriously appreciated as well. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.